What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Sunday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great, even though we're living through these uncertain times. If you could please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, support the channel. The link is in the description of all of my videos. So what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's been a minute. This light is bright. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Change the situation. So what are you guys saying? What the hell is going on? How come I don't see no chats? There we go. Okay, King Ruckman, what's up, my brother? Joanne, hope everyone and all of you are good. Urban Burner, Silencer, what's up? Dave Black, life's good, my brother. Life is good. I have a video that I want to put up. It's just a motivational video. Just kind of explaining a little bit of what I went through during the pandemic and how I cope with that and my advice. So I'll be putting that up either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, like I say in that video, my goal is I really want to start talking about day-to-day things. Probably not every day, but still some days I'd like to just talk about something that happened that day in the world and just kind of give my opinion on it. I don't know if you guys would be interested in stuff like that, but that's what it is. I'm struggling with the computer. I'm not even going to front. I am not computer literate. I'm learning how to use OBS like I'm in the process of learning how to use OBS. And then I got to learn how to use the editor, which I don't think will be super difficult, but I don't have a ton of time. So yeah, the pandemic's been grimy, and I just kind of share where I was at or where I've been at emotionally and just kind of how I pull through that and what I use to motivate myself. This is Bunjo. Dude, you got to get on my podcast. We do it over online. This is Bunjo. Holler at me on Instagram, my brother. The new Matt Clark, all small letters, all one word. StreamYard for what? For editing? I was thinking about using Adobe Premiere Pro or something like that. I don't know, man. I want to do the best. I want to have the best. You know, I want to be able to produce the best quality stuff. And the next thing I need to do is buy a mic. That's my next thing, and I'll probably be doing that this week, but later on towards the end of this week. Yeah, Premiere Pro, right? D did it. You already know. And I'd love to just speak on regular day-to-day things like Bill Cosby being let out. Those are the kind of things that I feel like I have a valuable opinion on. And I feel like from a Canadian's perspective, well, how would he be treated here? Those kind of ideas. And then just day-to-day issues that are going on in the world that I think are important. Dave Black, you already know, man. So anyways, what do you guys want to talk about today? What are the questions? What are the topics of conversation? Josh, I'm definitely working. I've been working the whole pandemic. There was a period at the beginning of the pandemic where I lost an hour every day of my schedule, but I've been blessed and I've been working the whole time, luckily. The thing is this, in Canada anyways, they were given quite a bit of money, you know, and incentivizing people really to not work. But I wanted the benefits. I didn't want the emptiness on my resume, and I wanted to stay working because for me, that's what's best. It's healthy to stay motivated, stay active, and just stay on point all the time. And if I'm just sitting around collecting free money, chances are that's not going to happen. Chris, man, hello to Wasaga Beach. You already know I've been there lots of times. I've had some fun times in Wasaga Beach, some crazy times in Wasaga Beach. James, what's a moment in Provincial you were actually scared? I'd say the moment in Provincial, Marco, you already know. I'd say the moment in Provincial that I was genuinely scared was going through TIAC. I think that I wasn't used to the system. I wasn't even particularly used to multiculturalism. And I had to grow up real fast. And I feel like there was a couple times, like when they took me originally from 7A, because I was told that if you stay on 7A, you'll get a bad reputation. So I went to 7D, and I remember them pressing me when I first got there, and I was definitely scared. And on dorms one time, I was pressed when I had just got there, and I was definitely scared. So I'd say that. Empty mind is the devil's workshop. TIAC all night chaos, you already know. With the pandemic disrupting all kinds of medical and mental health supports, have you been affected with regards to your own treatment? If so, how are you dealing with it? As a matter of fact, that's kind of what I speak about in the video. Mental health definitely has played a role in my life over this pandemic, and I think that it's played a role in lots of people's lives. But no, I feel like I've done well. I've been able to stay focused on and motivated towards what's important to me. And, you know, it can be disheartening at times because I got out with this, you know, I want to live life finally. And finally I get my crap together and I can't live life. So it's a little stressful. It seems like no matter what you do, right? But you can't lose motivation and you can't lose focus because of things like that. Those are the obstacles that I speak about in the video. You just got to keep on trucking. Are you allowed to travel nowadays to Europe? We know America is most likely off limits. Yeah, I can go to Europe. I don't know about everywhere. I don't think I can go to Britain, but I think I can go everywhere else. Chris Hillier, I've done quite a bit of time in CNC Penetang. Yeah, Penetang. It's just another super jail. Another crappy super jail. Yes, Joanne, the video will be up. I don't know if I'm going to put it up tonight. I might wait till tomorrow because of the live, but it'll probably be up about midday tomorrow. JH, what up, man? I don't know that name, Chris. Sorry. JH, I hope all's been well, my brother. This is Boonjo. Barton Street Jail. You already know. Not the skin you in. I did many time in Fembrook, so I know how that goes. Modern Jazz 1. Hi, Matt. By any chance, are you on Twitter? Yeah, so I do have a Twitter account, but I'm not on Twitter, if that makes sense. You know, I've tried to get into Twitter, but I don't really get it, you know, and I like being involved in discussion, but it seems like it's a pretty toxic environment. And, you know, I don't know if I want to get involved in all that. But there are some big things that could be coming up. There's some good interviews that could be coming up. Are you aware of any funding that help inmates upgrade their education? I am not aware of any funding that will help inmates upgrade their education, but there are ways to find out about that. And I know when you're inside, there are bursaries that you can get to accomplish certain college credits and stuff. And you can definitely pay for university or college credits if you have money. But on the outside, I don't know. I think that if you're on welfare or if you're on disability, there's ways to get funding for things like that. And I think there's stuff like second career, and there's ways to get help. So yeah. Twitter is only good for the dog accounts. BCI Media. Yeah, that's where I got out of. Yeah, it's me, but I don't really like post very often. I did like 2 or 3 times. What's up? How are you, Tara? Need to do an AA interview with you about Penetang Super Jail. I watch you daily. You mean you want to do an interview? Holler at me on Instagram, and that could possibly be done. What I do is I ask for a brief synopsis of your story, and I see if it's a fit for the channel specifically. You tell me what your charges are, kind of where you did time, and what specifically you want to talk about, and then we'll see from there. But holler at me on Instagram, my brother. I'm always open for interviews. You know, people think it's easy to get interviews, but it's not, because, you know, a lot of the time it's conflicting schedules, even if somebody's willing to do an interview. Okay. Okay, Chris. Nice. Well, thank you both for your support. Sam G, man, thank you so much. Love the channel. Appreciate that very much. I definitely got the new laptop. That is what this video on, or this live is on right now. So I got a Lenovo IdeaFlex 5 with the Ryzen 4000 Series 5 and the AMD Radeon graphics card. I'm just not computer savvy, so I'm still learning. It's gonna take me a while. It is what it is. I didn't grow up in this tech era. Richard, I will keep doing the lives, and I enjoy doing the lives. Next thing I gotta do, David, is get a mic. That's the next goal. So that's what I'm focusing on now. I don't want to get just a piece of crap mic, you know? It definitely is a process, especially for someone like me that basically the whole the whole tech era, especially the beginning of it, I was locked up. No, I definitely can do interviews for sure. It's just sometimes schedules get in the way of interviews. You know what I mean? I definitely have considered writing a book. It's a time issue for me. It is something that at some point in my life I will do. That's what I'm saying, JH. To me, it is like a spaceship. I don't know how to use it. It's all touch screen. I can flip. It's got this pen. But supposedly it's the best computer in the not MacBook level of computer. Like, I can't afford the $2,000 plus computers. So supposedly, like, in terms of everything in screen picture quality, the only thing that supposedly sucks is keyboard, but I'm not a typer. I don't type all that much, so I'm not concerned about that. Plus, it's a touchscreen. Yeah. I agree, Joe. And I think that the lives are good. I think that they help me, you know. Tara, we watched daily. I was actually going to say you look a lot clearer and sound so much better. You know what I mean? But it could still do better. You know, and I'm still not using this to shoot my videos just because I don't know how. exactly yet, but I have been playing around on OBS and learning how to use that. Marco, man, holler at me, brother. I want you to come on anytime. Any weekend from like this point on, holler at me and I'll bring you on. Okay, yeah, holler at me. We could do a face-to-face interview. Fave color, I'd say, is blue. Yeah. Ultimately, I would have liked to have bought a MacBook just because of the virus protection and stuff like that. And it's really built for video editing and things like that. But, you know, minimum, you're looking at like 1,600. No, I'm just working, to be honest, Richard. Just working, and I'm not. The thing is this: when I was riding around on a bike all the time, I like was staying super trim. But as soon as I got my car, I put on about 25 pounds. 420. My birthday is May 4th. Adam, man, what's up? Fave TV show? I don't have one really. I like ghost shows. They put me to sleep, and I love sleeping. I like some sitcoms. I like some like HBO shows and stuff like that. Yeah, it is a whenever you're ready to tell your story, but anybody's story can benefit somebody. It just needs to be heard. Roxanne? Roxanne! I'm on the Suboxone implant, so I don't take the pills anymore. You can see it right here. I don't know if you can see it. Wait. You see it? See the thing sticking out here? I don't know if you can. But it's been life-changing for me. Not having to worry about it. I can feel my body different. What do I think about the show, The First 48? I think it's hilarious. I think that 90% of those dudes would walk if they just, you know what I mean? Do you do speaking engagements at institutions like recovery houses and rehab? Just wondering, giving back is huge, especially in recovery. Lloyd Daly, I would love to. To be honest, I've never been asked. Never been asked. I have been asked certain things, and there are some things that could possibly be happening in the future with me and my channel. But I don't want to talk about that because it's not for sure. But I would love to talk to people. I would love to talk to kids. I would love to turn it into a career. 60 days is definitely scripted. What's my fave Toronto rapper? I like a lot of Toronto rappers, to be honest. I like a lot of them. That's pretty much what I listen to nowadays. I stay out of the politics. But I like a lot of Toronto rappers. I like Pressa. I like Bizloke. I like Mula. I like Lava. Who else do I like? You know, and there's a lot of other rappers that I like tracks from. I like tracks from Turk. I like track. There's just a lot of Toronto rappers. I'm not really. It's not coming to me. There's so many Toronto rappers. I like some YG tracks. I like a couple Hoodlum tracks. I like a lot of Toronto rappers. I think it's a very underappreciated hip hop market. Yeah, for sure. A conviction is a conviction, right? I definitely think that I'd be good at talking to teenagers as well. I just need to get the opportunity. How does the implant work? I've been on liquid methadone for 11 years. So they implant 4 rods into my arm. I'm only on 4 milligrams of Suboxone dose with this rod. And they put them in, and for 6 months you don't have to worry about taking any pills or anything like that. Have I ever stayed in a halfway house? I definitely have stayed in a halfway house. Maybe I should do a video on that. But I would say the experience, I had 2 different halfway house experiences, and I'd say one was horrible and one was bad, but not so bad. Free up all the dogs from Toronto. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, you gotta. It's expensive, right? And I have benefits, so I'm able to get it covered. But it's about probably $1,200 for 6 months. So if you have money, it's worth paying for. They cut a little slit in your arm. They put these 4 rods in. For about 2-3 days, you have a super dose where you just feel blasted. You probably shouldn't be driving or anything. And then it levels out and you just feel like normal day to day. A Suboxone is an opioid analgesic for sure. Before the pandemic, I was doing the 12-step recovery meetings at Maplehurst Jail every Monday night. Can't wait to get back there. There's a reason we survived our addiction, 100%. And I feel like when you've gone through certain traumas, these times like now, testing times like now, are when you can step up. You're built for this. This is for you. This is time for you to shine as a man and show people why going through all those things that you went through wasn't for nothing. Yeah, yeah. From what I hear, he is doing good things these days too. I don't know him personally, but shout out to him. I think anybody who can turn a negative into a positive, go from being in the streets or being caught up in addiction or just being caught up, period, and turn it around and be able to have a positive impact on their community, shout out to those brothers. Had a skate job in jail, not because I am a badass. What do you mean a skate job? Are East Coast Canada jails, prisons segregated like USA East Coast politics? I have no idea because I haven't done time there. I'd assume it's a lot like Ontario, and it's not really segregated, but it still is. Like everybody mingles and talks, but in the higher security prisons, you're with your people. It's not necessarily a race thing, but people tend to be around their race. If you were seriously injured in the hospital, I had to give you painkillers. Would it work since you're using that Suboxone implant? I have no idea, and probably not. I don't get injured. The record definitely sticks with you. But I'm hoping if I stay clean for like 20 years, maybe I can get the record pardoned. Wish they had an implant to quit smoking too. But I heard from a store close to where I go to work that the guy said that he's already been told to expect cigarettes to be off the market by 2035. Now, I know that's a long time from now, but that's good news. Yeah, for sure. I hope I don't get injured too. And if so, we'll just have to take massive doses. Thanks so much for sharing. I have good benefits, so I'm going to go ask my doctor about it. No, it doesn't bother me because I was at a point in my recovery where I didn't want to take the pills anymore. The pills were becoming a problem to me, you know? Have you ever been to Hamilton Beach? It's very polluted. I used to live in Hamilton. I've never been to the beach, but I've definitely driven over like the Hamilton Skyway or whatever the hell that thing is called, and see all the steel mills along the beach. So definitely probably can't be very clean. But shout out to Hamilton and all the boys that come from there. There's a lot of solid dudes in Hamilton. You know what I'm saying, Jade? So, I'm not looking forward to a pardon. It looks like 2030 I'll be growing tobacco. Picking up butts. It's funny, you see guys in prison that aren't drug addicts. Like, they're not smoking crack or nothing, but for some cigarettes, they'll literally like pick up little tiny pieces of tobacco for an hour to get one cigarette. Long-term effects of Suboxone are the same as long-term effects as methadone or any other drug or medication that you take. They're habit forming, and hopefully there's good science, maybe not good science, okay? There's good hope that a lot of people that are getting the implant aren't going and getting the next one because they're on a low enough dose. For the first 6 months, it gives you your full dose every day. And then for the next 6 months, it slowly fades out. And a lot of people are just not going back and getting the second one and getting off. So hopefully we're gonna see. Hopefully that works for me. Yeah, I don't buy expensive smokes. Why? And to spend more money to kill myself? I wouldn't say that all social workers are bad. I'd say there's a lot of good social workers. And the funny thing is, Andy, Joanne, thank you very much for the 10-piece. The funny thing is, Andy, nobody thought they were going to do that. But the reality is they gave us the opportunity and we burned it. They said, smoke outside or you're going to lose it. And guys would be smoking inside during smoke breaks where the doors are actually open so guys can go outside and smoke. At the end of the day, as inmates, we ruin stuff for ourselves a lot of the time. And it was surprising to me that people didn't fight as much. Workworth fought. They stood up for it. But it was inevitable. And there's been court cases that have been won since saying that they should be able to smoke and blah, blah, blah. But it just keeps getting appealed over and over again. So, in my opinion, it'll never be back in the prison system. Drug trade everywhere is strong. You have drugs, you can sell it. That is the drug trade. Doesn't matter where you live, where you are. People will start buying it. When you first got out of prison, what is problematic to stay in touch with people from your criminal past? I don't stay in touch. This time, at no point did I stay in touch with anybody from my criminal past. Not at all. If they hadn't turned their own life around, I'm done. Maplehurst is the hardest jail in the Golden Horseshoe, aside from the South. This may be the hardest provincial jail, and that's not necessarily true. There's way more murders in Exeter Road than there is in Maplehurst, and it just depends on the time, right? Jails go up and down, places get more and more serious. You have the East Detention, the South. It just depends. But I would say that Maplehurst is always going to be up in the top 3 worst provincial jails in Ontario for sure. A lot of gang members there, a lot of problems, a lot of people. There's like 1,200 people there. And anytime you have that many men, you're going to have problems. I'm on here for about 1 more minute, guys. Jail gets harder and harder to go back to. Yeah, I'm at the point where I never want to go back to jail, and there's nothing that really makes me want to do that. I feel like all you got to do is work and just focus on what matters to you. It hasn't even been difficult for me to stay out of it. I just stayed away from the temptation. If you stay away from the temptation over time, you'll build up fortitude. And if those things do come in your face one day, that fortitude will be there and be prepared to protect you from it. West is no longer a prison. Richard McCallum, also in 2035, all gasoline will be phased out. Ryan McCarthy, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Samji, honestly, I just don't want to see people that I feel can pull me back. If I feel they're a threat to my sobriety or my recovery, I wouldn't say sobriety, but recovery, because I definitely do smoke weed and I will have a beer every now and then. But from my recovery, if somebody's actively using drugs, actively doing crime, they can just beat it. You know, I want to be friends with people who care. If you could please go up, hit that like button. It helps the channel. Thank you very much. I'm out. I got to go eat dinner. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming to this live. Milo, you already know. Yeah, buddy. Peace. And also, subscribe to the channel, man. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, man. Maybe I'll do another live shortly. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I don't know. But I'll be putting that video up. Peace, y'all.